Welcome back. Oh, so sorry, guys. Welcome back. It's Monday, guys. It's Monday. Welcome back, everybody, to the GSMC Hoops and Heels One Sports podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We just got done talking about the Softball World Series, some game recaps and predictions for tonight's game. We are now going to talk about the CrossFit SemiFinals, specifically the North American East region recap. So week 3 was the North American East, South America, and Africa semifinals. So we're just going to talk about North America East semifinals, like for time purposes, where the top 11 athletes qualified to the games. So we're going to talk about the results from the Africa and South America regions in another episode this week, so make sure you stay tuned for that. So we're just going to dive right ahead into this. Okay, at first, absolutely no surprise here was Tia-Clair Toomey. We all saw this coming. She absolutely dominated the competition, and I honestly think she might have a huge chance of winning the whole games. She placed first in every single event, but one where she placed third in event 4. So I put up the workouts on the left here just so it makes sense when I mention the times. Okay, so let's start talking about Tia-Clair Toomey's first place position. In workout 1, which is 5 rounds of 800-meter run and 10 clean and jerks, she had a time of 20 minutes and 56.25 seconds. And then in workout 2, which is 5 rounds of 100 double unders, 20 toes to bars, and 10 front squats, she clocked a time of 11 minutes and 26.58 seconds. Workout 3 was 7 rounds of 10-calorie echo bike, a legless rope climb, 10 box jump overs, and then another legless rope climb. Toomey clocked a time of 10 minutes and 33 seconds in this event. And then the fourth event, the only event where she didn't place first and instead placed third, which is still amazing, Toomey finished with a time of 8 minutes and 41.22 seconds. This event consisted of 400-meter row, 96-foot handstand walk, 600-meter row, 120-foot handstand walk, and 800-meter row. The 72-foot handstand walk at the end as well. So, and then in the fifth event, the workout was 10 squat snatches to 8 squat snatches. Oh my gosh, this is such like a, what's it called when something is, oh my gosh, what's the word called where you're like Irish wristwatch? Like, what are those called? Oh my gosh, wait, this is gonna make me so mad. Anyway, this workout is one of those tongue twisters. It's a tongue twister, there you go, okay. 10 squat snatches to 8 squat snatches to 6 squat snatches to 4 squat snatches and then to 2 squat snatches. Toomey finished with a time of 5 minutes and 2.60 seconds. Lastly, in the sixth event, the workout was 30-calorie echo bike, 15 muscle ups, and a 72-foot dumbbell walking lunges, and Toomey got a time of 2 minutes and 57.46 seconds. Let me get into some more details of the competition. The third heat in event 4 showcased a neck-and-neck battle between 2 women who really needed top performances, Brooke and Anikha Greer. Wells entered the day in the dangerous 11th place position, while Greer was on the outside looking in the 14th overall. The two were within the second of each other the entire race until the final 800-meter row, when Wells pulled a few seconds ahead before sprinting her final handstand walk, finishing 5 seconds before Greer. These performances held up for 2nd and 4th in the event, helping Wells jump into a safer position in 6th and pulling Greer into the right side of the cut line, 8th. For the first time all weekend, the final heat, though, belonged to Haley Adams, who added an event win to her pair of 2nd place finishes so far. The win vaulted Adams from 10th into 5th overall. As for Toomey, she stayed as close to Adams as she could throughout the event, but wasn't quite able to match Adams' speed. Still, that's how she did enough for a 3rd place overall finish, if that makes sense. We will also be diving into everyone in the 11th place actual placements in each event as in like a picture so it's clear. Toomey's 3rd place finish, though, it broke her 12 consecutive semifinal event wins dating back to 2021. But if there's one area of the sport that she hasn't typically dominated, it's handstand walking. So to see her finish 3rd in the event actually shows considerable improvement compared to the field. And then Erica Folo, Fee Safafi, and Caroline Stanley moved in the wrong direction on the leaderboard after event 4. Folo, 28th in the event, dropped from 6th to 11th, while Sahafi, looking to earn her 3rd CrossFit Games invite, dropped to 17th, and Stanley to 14th. Competing in Heat 3, most of the women finished the bike at around the same time, but it was Neely and Folo who were able to go unbroken on the muscle ups and were the first to the walking lunge. But then both Neely and Philo all but collapsed on the walking lunge, receiving multiple no reps. They essentially launched the entire field past them, led by Chloe Gavin David, to be more clear, 20 points out of 11th, who came out of nowhere to take the heat win. Her time held up for a 6th place finish in the event. For silver, it was really a fight between Emma Lawson and Alexis Raptis. So, Alexis Raptis came in second in the end, and this was also really no shocker. I mean, if Emma Lawson came in second, though, too, I wouldn't be shocked at all. Pretty much everyone in this region who qualified for the games is not much of a shocker, to be honest. They all have proved they're strong athletes and are meant to be competing at the games. So, okay, talking about Raptis, though, she placed 11th in the first event with a time of 23 minutes and 12.72 seconds. 5th in the event 2 with a time of 12 minutes and 4.12 seconds. 4th in the third event with a time of 11 minutes and 10.68 seconds. 6th in event 5 with a time of 5 minutes and 36.03 seconds. And 2nd in event 6 with a time of 3 minutes and 3.91 seconds, which is insane that she was that quick. Now, and there was Emma Lawson. So, I mean, for the sake of time, I'm not going to go over the times, but they're still going to be on the screen here. Honestly, if Emma Lawson and Alexis Raptis switched places here, I wouldn't have been shocked. Like, I felt like it really could go either way for them on 2nd and 3rd. So, in event 1, Lawson placed 3rd, 7th in the 2nd event, 3rd in the 3rd event, 12th in the 4th event, 3rd in the 5th event, and 12th in the 6th event. Wow. If Lawson did not place 12th in 2 events, I definitely think she would have been more of a threat to the 2nd place position. She was pretty much right there with Raptis the entire time, and I think it could have gone either way with them, like I said. And it was really just a battle between the two for 2nd and 3rd. 4th and 5th place was not shocking in the end. Danielle Brandon placed 4th, 5th in event 1, 8th in event 2, 7th in event 3, 10th in event 4, 10th in event 5, as well, and 5th in event 6. She had really good positions here, but she was not able to place in the top 3 in any events, which put her back a bit. 5th was Shelby Neal. She was 15th in event 1, 12th in event 2, 12th in event 3, 7th in event 4, 2nd in event 5, and 8th in event 6. Getting 2nd in event 6 really boosted her up there. Her other placements were good, don't get me wrong, but not the best. I definitely think she could have done better in some events. But it was her 2nd in event 5 that really helped her there and really made her shine in the competition. Haley Adams was in 6th. Like I said earlier, she placed 2nd in event 1, 35th in event 2, 2nd in event 3, 1st in event 4, 8th in event 5, and 15th in event 6. Okay. So here's the thing. We know she has amazing upper body strength and is really skilled at the rope climb. So she had that advantage in all of the events other than event 2. If she had gotten in a better place in event 2, she would have placed in the top 3, I think. Still being in 6th because still being in 6th is good because she qualifies for the games. But this competition really showed what she needs to focus on and work on in order to get to the top 10 finish at the games, is what I mean by that. But event 4 is where Toomey was unable to finish in the first place position. So Haley Adams really showed that, you know, she has that strength. The opposite kind of, I mean, they have the same gifts and skills and all that I'm saying, but I think it's just interesting how she kind of took that first place position away from Toomey in a way. So Brooke Wells finished in 7th. She finished in 6th. In event 1, 6th in event 2 as well, 26th in event 3, 2nd in event 4, 9th in event 5, and 17th in event 6. So basically, where Toomey was not thriving, which was event 4, is where Wells and Adams were able to catch up. This is really interesting to see if maybe Wells and Adams have more of a chance to possibly beat Toomey or be more competition for in the games, depending on what the workouts are. I mean, it really depends on what the workouts are. Like, if it's more focused on what event 4 is, that sort of strength work and endurance work, then maybe they have a chance to beat Toomey. I don't know. Like, Toomey is Toomey. Like, she's a literal beast in the CrossFit world. So I don't know here, but I think it's interesting to see that they kind of got the places that Toomey was lacking in event 4. Okay, Paige Seminas finished in 8th. She finished in 8th in the first event, 9th in event 2, 6th in event 3, 26th in event 4, 7th in event 5, and 14th in event 6. Event 4 is where she got behind a bit. I think she could have done stronger in that workout. I'm not particularly sure what happened, but I think that she will be more fierce competition in the games than what her time showed in the semifinals. I don't know, I just have that feelings, and based on like her previous performances, I think that she could have gotten better times than some of them. But she still played it safe here, considering that she is going to be at the games. And then in 9th is Chloe Gavon David. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so bad at pronouncing last names. Chloe Gavon David. So for 9th, 10th, and 11th, I was a bit surprised and disappointed to not see Anikha, Greer, Jordan Streck, and Amanda Barnhart in there. Still, the people that ended up in these positions, it makes sense and everything, but I was just a bit shocked to not see those 3 other athletes. Okay, so in 9th, Chloe Gavon David, she finished in 19th in event 1, 18th in event 2, 18th in event 3, 8th in event 4, 14th in event 5, and 6th in event 6. Her placements were good, but they just never were standouts during the semis because she didn't place in the top 5 in any, so you didn't really hear her name. So it was a bit of a shock to see her up there. Still, it's good that she was, able to qualify despite not being in the top 5 in any event. Now at 10th was Caroline Stanley. She got 4th in event 1, 11th in event 2, 16th in event 3, 34th in event 4, 11th in event 5, and 13th in event 6. And then at 11th place was Lexi Neely. I guess having Neely isn't much of a shock, but to be honest, you don't hear much about Stanley, and that's why it was a bit shocking, if that makes sense. I want to be clear, though, that it makes very sense that Stanley is placed 10th. She is very, very strong and naturally athletic, but I was just really surprised to not see some of the other athletes in her position instead. Anyway, back to Neely. She placed 28th in event 1, 2nd in event 2, 14th in event 3, 16th in event 4, 5th in event 5, and 25th in event 6. Her event 2 and event 5 went really smoothly, clearly, and I was impressed with her performance there. I'm very excited to see how these people do in the games. North American East has such tough competition here. All these 11 women are amazing, and I'm very excited to see them compete at the games. I definitely think Tia-Clair Toomey has the chance to actually be the winner of the games. I will be giving my predictions sometime in the future of who I think is going to actually win the game, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Okay. That concludes our show for today. Thank you guys for tuning into the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Thank you guys once again, and have a wonderful day.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like